everybody on the internet, just stop what you're doing right now. Open a second tab, pull out a second phone, get on Twitter, and thank Colt Cabana right friggin' now. What up, DEANOMANIACs? My name is Dan Frampton. I'm a talented artist. Over here we got Munchie the Nutcracker. He's a genius influencer, and together we're the last real band. We are the Dean Project. Welcome to the show. Today we're talking about Colt Cabana. Oh, Colt Cabana. He drafted a business plan that we all use today subconsciously. We all just do what he did, but we do it without thinking because he did it and it made just so much sense. He was the first one to do it. He's the one that created the internet as we know it today. Thank you, Colt. Thank you, Colt Cabana. Now the DIY thing has been going on in the punk rock scene for a long, long time. It's kind of been the ethos. It's kind of been the bread and butter of the punk rock scene for a long time. It's not a new concept, but Colt Cabana is the first one to apply it to the internet in a new modern sort of way that made not only sense, but it made money. It made money, it made dollars, nickels, cents, and dimes, and more dollars and money. Oh, Colt Cabana was an independent professional wrestler. He had very funny comedic matches on the indie scene, but he was also pretty good at grappling. He'd have some competitive matches and create a name for himself. Then he would get hired by the WWE. They would repackage him in kind of like the most racist Jewish stereotype that you can imagine. They called him Scotty Goldman. They gave him a show on WWE.com, quickly canceled it and fired it, and Colt Cabana was out on his ass once again. What was Colt Cabana gonna do? Well, he started up a podcast called The Art of Wrestling. The Art of Wrestling. Now, by no means was he the first podcast on the go. There were some podcasts on the go before, but nobody on the independent wrestling scene saw it, and they were doing it, no one was doing it, and he thought that he would do it, so he did it, and he got a lot of listeners, because would you know it, these stories are interesting, and people are interested in them, and they're compelling, and people want to hear life on the road of an independent professional wrestler. It's a look behind the curtain that we just have never seen before. And it created like a personal connection with performer and audience, which is what he really truly pioneered. Oh, he truly pioneered here. Oh, the wrestling and punk rock and YouTube and podcast scene will never be the same again. It'll never be the same again. And it seems just so obvious to us now when we look back on it, but it was really revolutionary. 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 There are now like a gazillion podcasts and a whole shit ton of merchandise, t-shirts, buttons, pins, and posters and stickers all over people's merchandise pages. Colt Cabana's responsible for it. Now there are warehouses and a whole industry dedicated to this sort of thing. There was a whole big boom. I guess they don't call Colt Cabana Boom Boom for no reason. Now it's something. There was a whole internet boom. Colt Cabana Boom Boom. Now I know that Einstein created the internet, but it was Colt Cabana who invented it. Okay, this is the part of the video where I try to address the creator, the artist, the entrepreneur directly. So if I could just talk to Colt Cabana here for a second, I just want to say, dude, from everybody doing anything on the internet trying to get eyeballs and traction on their shit, thank you, man. You really like open the eyeballs, kind of like Clockwork Orange style. and you made us see what was possible on the internet. Colt Cabana will always be looked back on as a pioneer, as someone who trailblazed. That means someone who blazed up all the trails. Colt Cabana did it. He did it successfully. He wrote himself into the history books. He sewn himself into culture, and he'll always be talked about because of it. And now even your mom knows about him. These are my final thoughts. My final thoughts. My final thoughts. My final thoughts are this: we owe a debt of gratitude to you. You are the man. You are more than an entrepreneur. You're more than a wrestler. You're more than a visionary or a revolutionary. You are just beyond comprehension. And when I saw Simon Miller, he was walking through Pro Wrestling Tees warehouse. Who did I see? It was Colt Cabana. Yes, the Colt Cabana. He was at Pro Wrestling Tees, not for a meet and greet, not for anything vain. He was just printing his own t-shirts. He was there at the silkscreen press pressing his own t-shirts. He wasn't even paying a guy to do it. He was just doing it himself. It was so DIY. I don't even know any punk rock guys that have ever been that DIY. That is extreme. That's the very edge of the spectrum of DIY punk rock stuff, and Colt Cabana is laying it brick by brick. He's showing us that it can be done and it can be sick, and you can make money doing it for yourself if people like ya. Alright, if you enjoyed that load of horseshit that I call content, you can head on over to thedeanproject.bandcamp.com for all your digital downloads, physical vinyl, t-shirts, and a song about Colt Cabana, who inspired the way that I do this very plug, and who inspired this whole video. And thank Colt Cabana right now. I'm serious when I say just stop what you're doing, pause what you're doing. If you're on your bike, if you're listening to this somehow or some way, if you're doing something ridiculous, stop doing that for a second and just go on over to Colt Cabana's Twitter. I think it's just at Colt Cabana. I'm not sure. You might need to do a little research. But anyway, you go find Colt Cabana. You tell him thank you from the Dean Project, thank you from the internet, and keep on doing what you're doing, and keep on rocking in the free... Wait, that's not my thing. Keep on rocking in the free world is Nardward's thing. The Dean Project can't infringe on that. What the Dean Project says is, thank you for watching. I've been Dan Frampton. That's been Munchie the Nutcracker, and this has been stupid for a reason.